Friday, 5:30. Fridays, it's Fiiish days, and I really hope we're gonna wrap this up today. I mean, would be really nice, right? So, the usual. We're not gonna dive right in. I'm just gonna blabber, the blabber man, the king of blabber, the blabber god, the blah. Maybe still have to do that blah t-shirt, and one of my viewers suggested I need a cheesy poster here. I mean, I don't know where to put the cheesy poster, probably behind the green screen, which wouldn't make much sense. Where did this glitch came from? Did you see that? um well, let's hope it's not too bad. Stream quality seems to be excellent, so well, okay. uh Blabbering. Uh, I'm still streaming from my 2012 13-inch MacBook just because the setup is here, and once we've wrapped up Fish, we want version 2.1. There's a nice time to kind of cut and switch over. That being said, I took my new MacBook Pro 16-inch out today for the first time and did some Fish work on that. I'm getting to that, and so here's some first feedback. I mean, it's the weight. It's I've been lugging around either this 13-inch MacBook Pro or my ThinkPad X1, and if you have it in your backpack, you kind of feel like tumbling over backwards. And with this, I had constantly had to resist the urge to check if it's still there. It basically felt like my backpack was empty. So the screen keeps glitching out. Maybe I should talk in this way about my beloved Windows laptop because he's listening in, and yeah, he's a he. So he's listening in and dropping out. So the weight is amazing. Then the power. This thing is a beast. I mean, this 2012 MacBook Pro, after the RAM upgrade and the SSD upgrade, already feels fast. I mean, actually so fast that I really canceled the order for the new one because it was fast enough. But this one is just a beast. I mean, it's whoa. You'll see once we switched over. I ran into the photos issue. So in macOS Catalina, there's this new Photos app that analyzes your photos with some machine learning to identify faces and places and all that stuff. And that's all cool when you shoot 5 new photos every day and does, don't know, 1 second, 5 seconds, 10 seconds per photo in the background, and you don't even realize. If you turn it on for the first time and download 20 years worth of photos from iCloud, and it starts to analyze 25,000 photos plus, that will take some time. And I was having that issue. I mean, it was downloading the photos and analyzing them, and I didn't realize because the power was still so high. So wow. There are some tricks out there in the internet how to disable system integrity and use launch control to stop it, and or you could just leave it on till it's done, because it will only be for the first run, and after that it's super fast. So I would just leave it on. And little trick here. If you need power now, just open the Photos application and it will stop doing the analysis. You can even go to the People's tab and it will say, hey, I will continue once you put me in the background. So just open it and then let it run overnight. So that's totally cool. But still, the power was fantastic. Then keyboard. I mean, everybody has talked about this keyboard, and I must admit I skipped all the butterfly keyboard MacBooks. I had one for work last year and kind of never ran into trouble. So, but I have been struggling with a ThinkPad keyboard, which is just a lousy excuse for a good keyboard. And I had a Dell from work before where the keyboard just was driving me completely nuts because it was kind of in the middle. It was kind of bending like a bridge bending in the middle, and and it was wobbly, and that Dell keyboard was a nightmare. This ThinkPad keyboard is kind of a, yeah, okay, not even talking about the non-working palm rejection, but yeah. So I switched to this keyboard, and it feels amazing. One thing I realized is the distance between the keys is probably off, but bigger by, I don't know, half a micrometer. But at the edges, so the A and the Enter key, for example, or caps lock and Enter are probably half a millimeter further out. And I don't look at the keys while typing, so I know where they are. So I constantly I still hit the keys, and I hit it on the inside edge, and it still works, but it kind of feels wrong to hit it like that. And I guess my fingers will just go from this to this over time. Well, over exaggerate exaggerating here, but 4 weeks down the road, I will never know this happened. So, and then I went to the coffee shop, worked for 2 hours, and looked at the battery, and it was still at 80 something percent. I mean, remember taking the ThinkPad to coffee shop, 90 minutes, and it's down to 10%. And if I close it, then I don't even make it home without it crashing because it ran out of juice on the way home. So having 84% left after 2 hours of compiling and debugging, and that's amazing. That's just so. I guess I can do a full day, and I have this external power bank which gives me a full charge via USB-C power delivery. So probably I can go the whole day without even taking my charger, which makes the backpack lighter again. So yeah, enough blabbering about my new toy. Well, it's not a toy, it's a tool, and the stream keeps glitching. I hope that will settle down once I stop talking about how good my MacBook is. So, remember last time we left, I ran the screenshot script, so going into this in a minute, but we left off with updating chart boost to 8.0.3, and I didn't want to bore you with that update, so that's what I did on the new laptop, and it went surprisingly smooth. And I'm just gonna pull these changes while we wait. And yeah, so I ended up switching to chart boost 804 because they brought up. Let me rebase here. Uh, This is just the screenshots, right? Yeah, so I just gonna git reset. The screenshots probably shouldn't be in Git, and I'm still pondering what to do. So this looks good. So I ended up updating Chartboost to 804, and I just left this here for you. So I put this down here, and then I realized when working on the new laptop that no, let's the other way around. Remember this picture? This is the ultra widescreen version that we need to kind of hot patch in the last fish stream with the ugly borders. I actually got a new version from the artist, and this is a new version, so I had to integrate that, and I'll show you in a minute. It was just updating the data, so nothing special there. But I realized that the converter scripts, which are the reason for the stream, because remember the whole Rust rewrite the whole converter tools thing in Rust is one of the main issues we want to fix. So they're kind of, they work when you have an existing checkout and build, but they do some magic to check if the data if the content is newer than the data, and if yes, then update the data. And in this case, there was content and no data, so it assumed the data was super new, so it didn't update, and so that needs to be fixed. But this is written in here, and then I realized after the update, there's some Amazon pinpoint code in there. It's basically for crash logistics, some debug traces, just very lightweight, anonymized tracking. Not even tracking. It's more analytics to see if performance and everything is good and memory footprint and stuff. So, and that is a super old version that came up when I updated Chart Boost. And so, yeah, we updated the assets. So I'm just gonna run the pack all, and I realized getting that to work on the new laptop with the old school Ruby stuff and was a bit ugly. So changing that would be super nice. So let's wrap up V2.1 and then get into that Ruby thing. And I aim to have it done in 4 weeks. No, it's probably 4 weeks worth of work. So depending how much time I find, it's gonna be 2 months. So if it isn't wrapped by 3 months, I really have to go and either invest more time, call it quits, or I don't know. It will be done. It will be done by end of Q1 2020. So we updated the data file here, and then we can just let's just do release debug test build and let that run in the background while we just to verify. Failed? Oh, okay. I mean, obviously I updated the pods in the other system, so yeah, it's telling me. So yeah, again you see the 801 to 8.4, and if this was a multi-developer project, I would have pasted in Slack, hey, don't forget to pod update. So let's do the build again. So yeah, we talked about the Shark Boost update and the new title image. So this is the goals from last time, and I'm just gonna pull them down here. And goals for today is wrap up the V2.1. I want this in the store, and I know I said this like 2-3 weeks ago, and then I was gone on the other project, and so yeah. So goal for today is wrap up 2.1. And then I moved all the other stuff. We talked the use Sublime merge and talk about the other stuff. Let's do that after switching to the new laptop, because it will make my life easier and your life better. So for today, it's just the wrap up. Where were we? Yeah. So let's run the test build. This will take a second because we did screenshots. So yada yada yada. Testing. I never tested it on this system, so I never actually tested it on the other system as well. So launching. I wish you could set an icon for the UI test, but I haven't found out a way to do that yet. So let's see. And it's the old upside down problem, so let's see. We should get the overlay now, and I don't want to see blue bars at the side and not the squeezed version, so okay, it's typing continue, I guess. There should be a different way of doing this, but we are using the UI test, and oh, look, isn't this beautiful? And actually, remember the others, the small one there? So while this runs in the background, we're gonna open assets, overlay, 00 title star.png. So this is the new one, and this is the old one, and I actually want the old one be redone in this style because it just looks so much better. Thanks for the artist there, who probably ends up cutting this video too. So, but the test is still running, and this seems all fine. So this looks good. So great. Nothing broken. It's always when you start working between two laptops or two development systems, and you realize, oh, I forgot to add this, or this is hard coded to my local pass, or this is dependent on this, and so it's pretty cool that this worked almost straight out of the box. I'm having a slight problem with I tried to do a test upload to Apple, and that didn't work on that other laptop, so I have to check it here. And all this how to upload, how to deliver it, submit a new version and everything would be super interesting for a stream, but it also contains a lot of passwords, profiles, certificates, and stuff. So, sorry, just got a ping. So it's kind of constant juggling between what can I show, what can't I show, and there's some rules regarding the Apple interface I use for the upload, so I cannot do that on stream. I'm a bit sorry about that, but okay, the whole thing ran through just to prove that this happened. So this is nice. I mean, this really makes me happy. So this is where we start from, and the usual. So the status is, yeah, I updated the data file, and as I said, I changed the to do. I just moved this down, so updated data and to do. Just so we start from a clean state when we do what we do today. Well, let me just real quickly. So actually see what you're seeing, which might help if I have the wrong screen again. So yeah, let's just push this and start today from a clean slate, and bandwidth still seems to be okay. So all clean, and then technically this shouldn't be. Let's just hand wave this away as okay. So today, wrap up 2.1, and you might have seen it in the tutorial already. The background script is 99% done, and you can see if you look in the individual screenshot steps here, it says background dark blue, background light blue, background medium blue, just to have this kind of in the store when they're next to each other, have this kind of to show off that the background actually is changing its color. And I realized one more thing just by looking at this. Remember we have this sometimes they're just, I mean, these are I don't even know. So these are portrait mode, and this is landscape, and this is portrait, and this is portrait too. So as I said, this has to be a bug somewhere in Fastlane, the snapshot tool, interacting with the UI testing. So I was hoping it will just go away, and it didn't. So we just put and this is a must-have because we cannot upload the fix screenshot orientation, and this is not loading them into image editor and rotating them. I think more like a script that checks, okay, is this portrait or landscape if now rotated, and then I hope, yeah, it always needs to kind of be rotated. Like, don't let me mirror. You see how it needs to be rotated clockwise. So from your point of view, probably like this. Yeah, rotate it like this, and we're gonna do that too. So I just put that in the to do here. rotate clockwise. I hope there's a way, maybe it's in the EXIF data of the image where the rotating data is when needed. So let's aim for this too. It's Friday. Let's see how long this goes. Let's see how much energy I have. My foot is still bleeding, so I might need to go and fix that in between. But basically, this, which kind of is this, it's kind of duplicated a bit, but better have the to do twice. But this is the 2.1. This is the 2.1. After that, it's only updating in this store. Obviously, shoot out a test flight version so people can test, but this is the 2.1. So, shall we just go and do this? So, this is a script, and we want to do something here for the screenshots. So basically, we want to do something here, and we want to do something here, and we want to do something here. Before that, probably. And if you remember, we had this, we talked about this, and this is nice. We have the background, and the background has this offset. And this offset, do I still have this here? So let's go to content, background, and you see we had loads of different variants, but this is the one. So the offset is basically which row it's using, and dark blue probably means something here, medium means here, and light means here. This is a fade in, and this is a fade out, and this down here is a death zone where it goes black. So I think we want to set the offset directly, and that's a percentage. So yeah, I wonder. I wonder. So the update method of the background recalculates so the new pos is based on the position for the state, and the state, if you just jump here, the state is just this. So is it faded out, is it faded in, is it black, or has the fade out ended? And it's cool because the the values are actually kind of, here it's a 128 texture, so it's telling me which rows and they need to be defined. But so based on, hey, if I want to be in a certain state, and we'll look into that, what should I do? And this is again data driven. Nice. So so basically it says, okay, the first state here, the faded out state, goes from 0 to 0, so it's a top row. It The speed doesn't really matter, and the swing, it's the bounce. We don't swing. So in the faded in state, we have, and this is the offset, which is percentage, so it's divided by texture height, but it starts at line 16, it goes to line 69, and it moves by I think let's look into this, but this is probably the period, and it swings, so it's this bouncing back, and then the black and the faded out. So it gets a state definition, it gets a delta between the min and max. This is the amplitude. Remember in the 64 stream we used it differently. So then it basically says, okay, get a sinus of the time. And I wonder where the speed comes in. There's no speed in there, is there? Okay, interesting. Um, and then it just normalizes this because sinus is -1 to 1. It just multiplies by 0.5, so it's minus 0.5 to plus 0.5, and then we add 0.5, so it's 0 to 1. And this is a pretty common, get the sinus into a different range. And then we multiply by the delta, so we multiply the 0 to 1 by the amplitude. So if the amplitude is 0.5, it will be a value between 0 and 0.5, as the amplitude is, I don't know, 15. It will be between 0 and 15, and then we add the minimum offset, so that's the shift of the baseline. So, and then we return that, so it's solely based on time. So I'm wondering, I mean, this is the update, and what we really want, I don't want to interfere with this state actually for the, do I? I think I want to set a hard-coded value from the script. So let's see, new background. Somebody has to, who's instantiating the background? Okay, the game build up has the background object. The game has a background object, which is nice. So I mean, yeah, we can access the game and then access the background object, which is private, but we already have kind of cheat and debug and stuff in here. And we already have the scripting functions here. So what I did it again, sorry. So what I probably tend to do is have a void set fixed background offset, and just have a float offset here, and then have a unset fixed. Not sure about the naming here, and I have no clue why this stream is flickering today. It's not a bad wire, but okay, so the display port to, oh, don't touch it. The display port to HDMI cable is broken, which is a pity because it was like 30 bucks and it's literally 2 weeks old. But this cable, I won't need it anymore after switching to the new laptop, so sorry for the, yeah, so I'm wondering if this should be a set and unset, or like a enable and disable, but let's see. So we had a void game set fixed background offset. Come on. And then we had a unset fixed background offset. And I probably, I don't want the game to handle this. I mean, it could on every update just say, bam, do it again, but I probably want the, actually want the background to do it. So, and it, naming here is big difference. So it's set fixed offset and unset fixed offset, and then I just say, okay, float fixed offset. Let's initialize that for good measure, and then have a bool that says use fixed offset, and that's false. So, and we can just put those here. I mean, use fixed offset is false, and in this case use fixed offset is true, and I actually want to set the value first. Fixed offset is offset. And then if we go back into the game, we say if p background object is not a null pointer, because it's a pointer, so it might be null. We tell it, hey, background object set fixed offset to, I mean, not even gonna do any checking. And yeah, I love coding by cut and paste. Saves typing time, so and also saves the odd. Oh, I made a typo here. So we pass this to the game object, and obviously this is not used anywhere. But if we go to the update here, I probably gonna do it like this. So if used fixed offset, then we just say offset equals fixed offset. Yeah, it's a debug, so I could do a if else, but I actually want to run this code because it might have some side effects and timing, and so we could even say if defined, uh, if not defined release, yada yada yada, or master build, but I think we're fine because we're preventing the script already, so this should just work. I mean, obviously it's not hooked up to the scripting, and that's too much hassle. So I'm gonna do the usual. So we have this pattern here. So and we're gonna refactor this and debug background offset. And for the moment, since we're actually working on that, I'm just gonna hash define debug background offset, and then we just say mp game state game get game, and yeah, this needs ifs, but this is debug, so this might be a null pointer and this might be a null pointer, and so actually, what is get game returning? Yeah, it's returning a pointer, so we're just gonna say set fixed background offset, and just for testing, remember the background object had this nice tip. Just for testing, I want the black one, which is the 112 by 128. And maybe there should be a getter helper to avoid we change the balancing. But so this checks the game code. Is this functionality working? And let's. And in theory, the background should be black. The background should be black all the time now. So let's give this a quick test run. You want black background. So it's black background, so whatever we do, you can even play the game in black, so that's cool. Just do the counter test here. So if we set this to 0, and I just want the symmetry here so it nicely lines up. If we set this to 0, it should always be in the faded out state. And this looks good, so this code seems to be working. And then while we're at it, So we need three states. We need, if I look at the to-do, we need dark blue, light blue, and medium blue. So dark blue is at the bottom, so it will be this here. So this will be dark blue. Light blue is at the top here, and yeah, light and dark is relative, but light blue is then this here. 16 is light blue. And then medium, let's just pretend it's somewhere in the middle, so probably 50, 56. Let's just see how that feels. So, and if I wanted to really tweak it, I could some keyboard shortcuts to the development build, but for now it's just, we want a light blue. So the background should always be a light. This looks kind of light. And medium is probably hard to tell, but let's check the medium background. So this feels a bit darker, so we'll see when we do the screenshots and then can tweak it, but in general the values seem to be in the right ballpark, and we can tweak this. This code is slowly getting better. So this is quite dark. So this is cold, so this seems to be working, so I just disable this again. And now obviously what we actually want to do is, so back to the to-do, first screenshot, it's called dark blue, so hmm, set, I'm just gonna use the same name here, set fixed background offset, and I'm actually gonna use this here. Just have to be careful, it's Lua, so this is, and I'm not even bothering unsetting it. I'll just, we talked about this mini video we do from the test run, so this will glitch and jump, and I'm wondering if the fixed background should be more like target background, so it knows where it is, but it knows where it should be, and then slurps there. But let's not overkill. So this is the, oh, this is actually light blue. So which one was the light blue? Light blue was the second one, the coins one. So we want light blue here. And then here we want actually dark blue, and dark blue was 96. I would like some feedback how dizzying the three finger swipe feels for you. I mean, for me it's just the quickest way to go from A to B without command tabbing, where you kind of lose track. So let me know. So this is dark blue, and then we wanted the medium blue, which was 56 for this one here. And we do the usual pack scripts and then pack, and if we run this now, it will fail because our Lua module doesn't know, our scripting module doesn't know about set fixed background offset, right? I mean, we said we name it the same, so not make up some random stuff. So we go into the scripting module, we go into the header, and we just added a setter. Oh, we added a getter last time, so yeah, let's just, it doesn't really matter. And again, this is supposed to be data driven soon, so set fixed background offset. Then we go here, we want it at the bottom, but I want something that kind of already has the get set stuff there. So do we have a get float? Yeah, this is probably the worst method to copy for this, but I already pasted it, put it in the clipboard, so and let me fix the so we have a function set fixed background offset, and that needs exactly one parameter. Again, we could compare to one here, but um, this is supposed to be generated, so we want them all to look the same. So we have a float in position 1, which is mandatory, so all OK needs to be true. With the offset, if not, and then we just send g scripting. I'm copy one of these here, so I'm gonna just say set fixed background offset to offset, and obviously I have to implement that, but that's also new pattern where the call actually just gets the parameters, calls the actual worker, and this comment here is nonsense, and then goes back. So we have a I'm not even sure if this needs to be static, but oh, it needs to be static because set fixed background offset float offset. Don't get don't let me get away with, oh, it needs to be because, and then trail off. It needs to be because these scripting calls, these here, are called from the Lua context, so they don't have this context of the module, so they're kind of outside. We use these static jump gates to get into, and yeah, we can just copy this to get into defined object space. Let's say it like that again, and set fixed background offset, and then we just say set fixed background offset, and we just want the offset here. Agreed? Done? Nope. I mean, maybe we should register the script function. So set fixed background offset, and there's a lot of boilerplate here. That's why I want this to be generated. So I'm not sure. I want kind of a language that says, okay, this is the name, and these are the possible parameters, and these are optional, and this is the actual method you want to call, and that's it. So like a, I don't know, 3 lines or 1 line and 1 line per parameter and 1 line for the return code. Oh, not sure about the syntax yet, but so let's try. It's compiling. Compiling is already good. And no, my bad. Running doesn't do anything. I mean, I compiled the UI test build, and then I run the UI test. It did some color glitching there in the background. Did it crash? No. It's just slow. So, title screen. Nice widescreen version of the title screen. This actually looks good. Oh, I love it. Thank you. It's typing the continue. So this should be dark blue, I guess. Is this a dark blue one? You see what we did there? It set it to dark blue after requesting the screenshot. And let's run through. So this should be the light blue one. So it's doing the screenshot. It's doing the screenshot. It's doing the screenshot. Yeah, time to switch to the new laptop. I got the message, it's okay. And now it's switched to light blue. And it's doing another screenshot. And when it's done with the screenshot, when it is done with the screenshot, it switches to the... Oh, it's done. It switches to the medium blue, but we've seen that before. So the issue is here. We set the fixed background offset. We request a screenshot and then we yield. So this is called after the update. So it sets the fixed background offset, but still renders with the wrong one and then fixes the so unfortunately I wish there was a kind of force yield in the call, so we could say, okay, set fixed background offset has to wait for one frame, but that's not the way Lua works. So I'm just gonna put the extra yields here. I mean, it's just where's the other one? So here's one, here's two, and here's three. So it's, yeah, you have to be careful when scripting, and probably what would be nice would be like okay, only one line of Lua code per frame or something, and Squirrel supported that. I'm pretty sure Lua can do too, but I haven't bothered yet. And it's let's aim for 80% here, or let's aim for 98% here. That instead of 99%, I mean, it's already far too much. So let's just try this again. And the launch screen, yeah. Maybe you'll do a launch screen. But after, maybe that's a 2.1.1 update or the 2.2 update. I want the 2.1 out the door, and come on, continue. So, the reason why I wanted the 2.1 out of the door, and let's watch this in the background. Well, let's watch this and then I tell you why I wanted 2.1 out the door. Continue. Dark blue, screenshot. You saw how it jumped? Typing continue. I have a counter here on my right hand to remind me that I want to talk about the why get 2.1. Light blue. Good, we have the invincibility cheat on. This screenshot looks suboptimal. Maybe we need to tweak the timing a bit, but maybe the 90% is okay. Continue. Continue. And then it should jump to the medium blue right here. And it jumps to the medium blue. So that all works. The reason why I wanted the 2.1 out of the door. So I haven't touched Fiiish in like 4 years, and I really want the second game out of the door. And I also was working on the base library, which was basically stretching me too thin. And having a base library where I'm the only user, it's kind of, is the interface good? Is the documentation good? Does it work? It's kind of hard. So, and I already miss mentoring developers. So I thought I post in one of the game developer groups, say I want a young indie developer who wants to learn. And then the idea was to have that young person work on Fish to, okay, fix the fast line scripts, start with the really, I know how to do it, but I never find the time to do it things, and then slowly grow into the project and then take over more responsibility. And the long-term plan was to maybe after a year have that person own Fish, and we just do a revenue split, or just fame split, because it's not really making a lot of money. And then I thought, well, if I post into one of these forums now, I will have thousands of downloads on Fish, and thousands of people will play the 4-year-old version, which doesn't work on so good on new devices. Well, it works, but you saw the glitches we had with the widescreen and stuff, and broken ads and everything, and it even goes viral. So I thought, oh, do a quick 2.1 update before I do that announcement, and that's where it started 2 months ago. And that's why I started streaming 1 month ago. So it's only 2 weeks, but yeah. So this is a background fix, which is super cool. So this is definitely done. So I'm gonna put this down here, and this means, I mean, the title screen obviously is done. This is done. This is done. This is done. So this is done, and this was probably all the episodes we did here. Well, let's put this down here. I mean, this still has to be converted into kind of release changelog, and this is basically the same. So I just merge these two. Just yeah, it's OCD. So this just leaves the screenshot orientation, but let me do a quick. Oh, thank you. Quite a lot of changes, but background, the fixed offset, passed through the fixed offset, and if the tester register the command, actually pass through the command. We changed the script, we changed the to-dos, so all expected. So the use fixed offset, the set fixed offset, the members, the test code for it, the register function, the actual function wrapper, the actual meat of the function, the header, the passing through of the game in the game, adapting the script with a coroutine yield. Maybe here should be a comment that says why we yield, but hand wave magic everybody knows. So I wish you could hear this. So maybe not. So updated the to do. Yeah. So git commit everything, allowed script to set fixed background offset. Yeah, I'm a bit OCD with the commit messages, but the reason being here, if you read this, Do I have the git lg one? Yeah, so if you just read through this, you can see what happened where, and that kind of reads like a story, which is nice. So we do the rebase. We do the rebase, and then we do the push. And what I actually would love to do is you see these background phases here are kind of random. And what I really would like to do is do the snapshot script and run it, but that runs 15 minutes, so shall we do it? It means you're stuck with me for 15 minutes watching this. Oops, I slipped on the keyboard and accidentally started it. So yeah, so this will run for 15 minutes. I just leave this on the screen. I'll just leave this on the screen. Let me just... I hope this works. Yeah, some people can type and speak. It just slows down my typing. So where did I put this? Oh, that's cute. That's too much. Something like the UI here is this okay? Is this yeah? Let me color source BRB background. I mean, we want to waste time anyway, so you might as well watch me play with it. I want this here, but I want this here, so so what was a magic keyboard shortcut for yep, okay. I'll be back. This will take a while. I mean, you can see what it's doing. It's basically doing it in the background. So I'm gonna have a quick restroom break, refill my coffee, and then I'm back with you. See you in 5 minutes. Guess who's back? Yes, I'm back. Yeah, so it's still running. Let's see. It's already at the 11 Pro Max, and you can see this laptop is reaching its limits here. It's really, and obviously I need to fix the deployment target. Yeah, the app can support iOS 4.3, but the compiler doesn't anymore. And obviously Chartboost doesn't support 8.0, so I think it's safe to switch to something like 9.3. And we're at iOS 13.2, so 9.3 probably it's 99.99999% of iOS users. And yeah, if this was Android, just having 4 levels back would probably mean we have 30% of users because they never update. So iOS makes our life much easier here, which is cool. Why are you having system audio? Was I streaming with... But there's nothing playing. I'm hearing nothing. So I'm wondering, did you have a feedback loop that I didn't hear? That would be bad. Or was it just the Fiiish audio? So the test suite is still running. I mean, this will be a while. How long has it been running in total? Oh, I hope that audio was 1826, so it's been 7 minutes, so we're probably halfway through. So I'm gonna be gone for another moment, and I hope that audio. I have no idea. I'm gonna fix the. I'm gonna clean up the tape and retape my toe before it falls off. So we'll be back in a minute. So it's still running. Oh, one more down. I guess one more to go. Oh, is this it? Yeah, one more simulator to go, so probably 3-4 minutes. And this is so much faster on the new box, so well, I am here, so let's take these away. Um, I just checked the weather outside, and it's raining cats and dogs. And where does that cats and dogs thing come from? I mean, did it ever actually rain cats and dogs somewhere? I guess not. I mean, I heard about. Oh, no, let's not go there. Let's not go there, because if I make a weather girls joke now, then I'm going into the Christmas mode, and then you have a last Christmas joke, and 30 seconds down the road, we we end up at Rick Astley. So I apologize. Oh, Christmas costume, Santa costume next time. I mean, no, no, no. I'm wearing pants today. I can prove that. There you see my knee. I'm 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 always streaming appropriately dressed. I mean, you never know if your laptop falls over and accidentally. No, I'm not one of those guys. But like a nice Santa red vest and red hat and a scarf. I mean, I plan to once this is done to go into town, have some nice food, get one of these steaming thingies to let me, I mean, look behind the thingy a bit. So if I turn off the chroma key here, you see all the wrinkles here, and I hope they just hang themselves out, but they don't. So I want one of these steaming thingies that, you know, yeah, we're getting kind of professional here, kind of. Well, this is just. I don't care so much about the stream quality. Obviously, audio is important so you don't get the echo and pops and stuff, but this doesn't need to be fancy, it just needs to be functional, because this is about coding and not about looking good. I mean, this is not a Vegas show. This is code with me. So, but yeah, I was going to get one of these steaming thingies. That's why I looked outside and have grab some food in the Christmas market, but only because I only had a super tiny salad today and I'm kind of hungry. Walking over the Christmas market, I realized I mean, 5 years ago, it was nearly impossible to get some churros in Germany, and now I saw like 15 stands that were selling churros. I'm not sure if they're good churros. I mean, living half in Spain is you kind of used to. But they have some, so I was thinking, and then I thought, oh, carbs? A ton of carbs in the evening? Let's see. But go out through the rain, grab some food, check if I find the steamy thing, and if I find a cheap Christmas hat, I'm gonna buy that, and then I don't know, maybe later tonight play some Age of Empires. Well, stumble through Age of Empires. I paid it. I paid $2 for it, so I have to finish it. And remember, last night I finished the tutorial campaign, so now it's a real fight. And come on, it's been 3 minutes. You could be done by now. And no, I have no idea how to. Let me try something here. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah. As soon as I get distracted, thank you. No, I'm gonna read this real quick because I just had an idea. Yeah, that's probably how we do it. So these are the screenshots, and you can kind of let's scroll all the way up. So you can kind of guess correct square image, dark blue background, light blue background, medium. And remember, the old version was just kind of all the same. So now you see at least some differences. And what's kind of disturbing is that this position of the background and this is nearly the same, which makes the pattern a bit too visible, but okay. And then here again, correct square title screen, dark background, light background, medium background, and then here widescreen title screen, dark black background, light background, medium background, and here probably the square version. I wonder if we should use the white version here as well, but not this time. Dark, light, medium, and also the coins 0 and the distance 0 2 meters, 0 2 meters, 0 2 meters. 0 2 meters is nice, and 500 coins, more meters. Same here. This distance is not set, but more coins. So different amounts of coins. So this actually is quite cool, and a lot of work to get these screenshots running. But whenever we tweak the game, we change the texture, we change the UI, we change the visualization, we just rerun this and got up-to-date screenshots. And we could even, if we had some text, we could do localization. So well worth it. And if you followed the last, I don't know, 7 Fiish streams, probably 8, because we did the 6A and B thingy. So if you followed the last 7 streams, I added a lot of functionality to the game. Well, not to the game for the user, but added a lot of functionality. And I didn't actually do a lot of work. I mean, I copied and pasted and extended existing stuff, but there was not a hell of a lot written from scratch. And yes, I replaced the background. So this is a point. Once you have a solid base, if you have a solid foundation, suddenly this stuff becomes easy. So I think this could be the upload the version. Oh, we have to rotate the thingies again, and so I want to try something. So I know the path to the screenshots, so it's sorry about that. So it's fast lane, and you can even cheat here. So it's screenshots, ENUS, and then I don't know. Just take the first one. And yeah, weird syntax, I know, and then the title. So if we just do, I don't want to do specialized tools, so if we just do a file here, and you see this has a fixed form, and I'm actually gonna do a file and glob on all PNGs, assuming there are no others in here. Can I go smaller with the font size? Can you still read it then? Probably not, so this is a bit of a pity. But basically you can see this is a fixed format. So this is a certain distance, and then we have PNG image data, and actually we have a comma here. So what I want to do is I cut, and the delimiter is a comma, and the fields I want are, so this is field 0, so I want field 1. Oh, it's, so I want field 2, and then I actually then I could do like X and then do F1 and F2, which gives us the, but going back to this, you already see if the X is smaller than the Y, and that's our first 4 portrait ones, and this actually is a landscape one, which is correct, and this is portrait again. So we want to identify all the ones where this number is smaller than this number. And this sounds like a bit of bash magic. So first generate a list of ones that are not rightly rotated, and then think about the rotation. So let's say ensure, because it's not. We could say rotate images, but it's not rotating images. It's ensuring that screenshot rotation is landscape. So this means if it already is, it does nothing, and if it's not, it's fixing it. So I like the ensure verb in there. So let's do this in Sublime. Make this a bit bigger, and so okay. And this probably, if we had the whole Rust shenanigan in place, we'd probably do it like this. But let's just do this. So. Lots of talking and no drinking, so so let's say we have a screenshot there, and that is basically that is this. And I like to explicitly have the slash at the end here. And then we say so this is a bit of overkill, but screenshot glob. Don't ask. Glob is just. This is the screenshot there. And then the glob is just star.png. And then we say for screenshot in screenshot glob do shell scripting weird syntax, so done. And for now I just want to I don't wrong key echo screenshot and just so this gives us all the files in the screenshot directory, and we're not doing it recursive. Once we go into having modal language, we need to extend this, but for the time being it's okay. So for every screenshot, and I'm gonna do a function here. So ensure screenshot is landscape. And now it gets a bit bash might not be the best scripting language for this, but so the file name is the first parameter, and that's basically it. So we can do ensure screenshot is landscape. Sorry, just like this, and let's just. I keep grabbing the mouse, but the mouse sitting on the right of my laptop is connected to the Windows laptop, so usually I would just write this all down and then. Oh, obviously we need to quote this because it's can I? Because it's expanding. Yeah. So, and here, remember we did this one here. So what we're gonna do is say size equals, and I could use backticks here if I even find them on my keyboard here to do the file blah blah blah. I think backticks are kind of a bit unreadable, so I prefer this. So we do the file $file name, and then the cut -d -f2, and then I just want to say size here, and step by step just develop it. So yeah, I mean, let's quoting the quoted quotes is quoting the. So actually, let's switch this around just for the sake of it. I mean, it doesn't really matter. So we see we got the right sizes per file. So now we now we do a width equals and there's probably a better way, but I just want this done. So the width, we just output it and say then we cut by delimiter x and one field 1, right? So let's do this before and just put dollar $width here. Pipe is probably not a good thing here, so oops, my bad. Oh. Oh, man, focus. So we have the width and the width variable, so we do the same for the height, but we use the second field. And again, this is hackety hack. I could just, yeah. So this looks about right, and now we only want to see the broken ones. So if, and I have to cheat because my bash magic is not that magical. So if something, then and it's fee. So the if is if $width, if the width is less than the height, and yes, we get into trouble if we get ever square screenshots, but then we echo portrait just for. So these 4 portrait, remember if you look at this, so the third generation is wrong, the second generation iPad is correct, and the other are wrong. So, and that's what we see here. So the third generation is wrong, the second generation is correct, and then the others are wrong. So what we need to do here is, and I'm gonna rotate. What did we say, clockwise? And just to have the functionality kind of separated. So oh, so we do a rotate clockwise, and we're gonna do this in place. We're just gonna do this in place. One more thing, I'm gonna, don't forget to quote this. And this needs to be a 1, and then we just say rotating file name. And let's just see. So it's rotating the broken ones, and just because I want to retest this, I'm gonna do a quick zip. How is the zip syntax? Is it just screenshots dot zip? It's probably minus R, and I'm not want to compress. So I'm just gonna say okay. Can I do this? I'm not sure. Fastlane screenshots enus. Yeah, I just want to. This way we don't have to run the 15-minute screenshot generator. We can just unzip it. Un, this way we don't have to run the screenshot script again. We can just unzip the zip over the. Even if we break it or mangle it, and it's a nice test case. So how do we rotate something? So I used to use Image Magic, which has this nice convert stuff, but I recently switched to Graphics Magic, and Graphics Magic is basically compatible with Image Magic. So I wonder, and I'm googling this. I'm duck going this off screen because I don't have the syntax in my head. So Image Magic rotate in place. We could just create a temp file and blah. How to This is far too complex. I was just want to. Can I just rotate? Yeah, the first hit wasn't that good. So apparently, let's just try this. I mean, GM convert, and then the input, and I'm gonna double quote this. So let's just use this one here as a test case, and then it's rotate 90, and then just so let's open the rotated.png, and that's the wrong direction. But other than that, so let's rotate 270, and this is it. Can we do this in place? No, we can't. So what will we do? I could use something like make temp, or I'm just gonna say temp file is the screenshot there, and I'm gonna quote this, and actually gonna say rotate temp rotated dot jpeg. Is it JPEG? We could do some base name file extension magic, but it's so what we're gonna do, and I'm gonna echo this first. So we're gonna GM convert quotes dollar file name rotate 270 quoted dollar temp file. So we run this line of code, and we can just okay, obviously it needs to be quoted because it contains spaces. And then we can just open Fastlane, screenshots. Yeah, we could use a temp working directory, but So this looks nice. So obviously we're not gonna echo this, we're just gonna run this in a subshell. And then just for the sake of it, we just want to see if this is better than. So you see, where's rotating? Where's the? So it's rotating this one. Oh, and this is the actual. Oh, yeah. We don't want to. We don't this. So you see the rotated here. So this is the one that's wrongly rotated, and this here looks correct. So all we have to do now is we copy the temp file over the file name, and then we just remove the temp file. We could just move, but I like this extra step. So this is destructive. So better be sure what we're doing, but we have the unzip. So it's rotating all of them, all the broken ones. And if I do it now, um, well, nuts. Oh, so the output of, remember how we did this, and yeah, it unfortunately for the ones that, why are there, oh, it's, oh, okay, it used to be PNGs and now it, yeah, so sorry about that. That's when you match the format of a command that isn't strictly defined. This is a super hack, so we probably should use something that gets the format in JSON and then parse JSON via JQ, but I just want to get there. So let's unzip the screenshots all and just run this again. So it's rotating the broken ones, it's skipping the 4 here that were correct. And this is destructive. Well, it's rotating a PNG, so it's pretty non-destructive. And if I run this again, everything is fine. And if I go here now and just reload the page, whoa, magic, nice. So this was pretty straightforward. So let's just git add ensure this one and go here. And this is a very happy moment because to do test we and then release, done. Isn't this cool? And you could argue that this is kind of a super hacky hack, but it's better than kind of doing it in Photoshop and then have to redo it. In 3 months, nobody knows what to do. With this, at least it's reviewable, so people can look at it and somebody can rewrite it if we have the time for it. But I mean, this fixes the rotation problem for us because we know we always want landscape, and luckily landscape is always wider than high, and this picture here I can't tell you how happy it makes me. And now you can actually see how much better this version is than this version. I mean, this is actually super cool with the mapping. That was never intended that way, but wow. Just wow. I'm stunned. I'm happy. I'm not watching the chat. This is so. I would say this is a wrap. I mean, ideally, what I would do now is to bundle exec Fastlane, uh, deliver 2019, and that's it. And that automatic, the auto submission is off, and then go to the Apple portal and just say, look, submit for review. So this will upload the screenshots and update the metadata and ensure the new binary. And I'm having the permission, not permission, the provisioning profile problem here. So and what I also want to check is, but that's maybe later. Later, ensure rotation after redoing screenshots. So after snapshot script run, maybe there's a way to automatically run this script. I mean, ideally, I just want Fastlane to be fixed. Is there an exif? Do I have X? I don't have any exif tool. I would really like to see if the met. Oh, it's PNG, so there's no exif data. So it's I don't know what's going on here, to be honest, but this is good enough for me for now. So I would say, and I really want to kind of git ignore the screenshots. So I really want to ignore Fastlane screenshots, you know? And that means I want to remove everything in screenshots, but I don't want to remove the files locally. Oh, let's extend this to enus and just. So this means we commit far less craft and don't have the constant, oh, somebody did this and have to patch them. So edit screenshot rotation fixer and removed screenshots from Git. This is a bit ugly, but Git doesn't like deleting of files and moving of files. I mean, Git was made for developing the Linux kernel, and in that context, it works very well, and everywhere else, it's kind of almost there. So pushing this, and that's it. That's a wrap. And now I can just unzip the screenshots, and because I don't want to rerun the whole generator for uploading. I'm tempted to show you how the delivery works, but I'm worried that it might output something like, oh, password XYZ is not correct, or And this is brain freeze. This is nice that we can rerun this and it just doesn't change it. I there's a word for it. If you can rerun. I'm having a brain freeze here. So I'm tempted to say bundle exec fast lane and ignore the fast lane mess. Remember we have this fast lane scripts need a serious rework, and so all the newer ones are postfix with 2019. So what I want to do is like a pre-deliver 2019. So let's just let's see. So and this is a nice thing. Normally, I would have to go to the web page and upload 16 PNGs, and it's just doing this in the background while we talk. So one command, all automated. Though, don't ever do this manually. Find either write something yourself or find something that's doing it. And yeah, this is basically preparing everything for submission, but not submitting. I you have a option there to say okay submit for review after this, but I'm not ready for that yet. And especially when developing these scripts, I don't want to have like 15 submissions for review in a day. I'm pretty sure they're gonna red red flag me and give me a cooldown period and say, okay, you had your 15 reviews today, you're not gonna get any for 2 weeks, and that would only be fair. And I'm not sure if I allowed to show you the portal, so I'm not gonna do this. Um, we're nearly at the 2 hour mark, so and we probably we should have when we started this put this up here, but this is clearly done. So next time, I will let you know what went wrong, because this feels too good to be true. But so far, I mean, it's uploading. Oh, okay. Um, so it's uploading all the screenshots, and I'll figure out if I'm allowed to show you the portal, but I'm pretty sure I am not, and I don't want to lose access to the App Store, so I'm a bit careful there. Um, shall we play some AoE tonight? Christmas hat and everything, and maybe I'll drop some lines about how the submission went. Um, what's the future? I have 2 or 3 pretty busy weeks ahead. Well, busy and non-busy. So some work-related traveling, and then a week of Switzerland for snowboarding, and then hopefully go to Spain again. So it's Christmas. Everybody's on holidays, but I want to keep streaming, so I won't be able to do it on Monday and Tuesday. So successfully uploaded screenshots. Nice. So running pre-check. Wow, we have a new version in the App Store. So all checks passed, no broken wells. There's some Ruby error, but I don't care. It's actually right here. Yeah, so mm, I'll do some gaming stream tonight. I'm pretty sure. I might do. Let's try the new laptop with streaming stream tomorrow. I mean, Saturday afternoon, yeah, I have some time for you. Then maybe a little bit on Sunday, but then it's gonna be off and on. I aim for next week Wednesday, but yeah, it's not apologies. Just letting you know the plans. So tomorrow we'll do a stream from the new laptop and do the whole screenshots stuff. And if you want to test Fiish and be part of the test flight group, well, be my guest. I'm always looking for testers, and just send me a message in the chat, or like you just did, whisper me. That's fine. This setup here still needs some work. I hope the audio is much better than the 64 stuff. And talking about the 64, obviously when traveling and having these not these random, well, semi-random, non-scheduled streams, I'll do more 64 with you. And I got some a lot of questions actually regarding that, and that was just actually was intended as a filler. So I'm probably gonna stick with when I'm here in this nice setup, I do fish and do the whole Rust conversion, and then in the other place I do the 64 stuff. So let's see. Mm, yeah, I hope I didn't forget anything. How about we turn off the lights? And yeah, I will check what that sound was. I hope I wasn't streaming the neighbor's music or anything, which would get me in trouble. So lights off. See you soon. Bye bye.